Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Las Vegas Raiders. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there. And he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw, Tannehill. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
On first down, it's Patterson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. They run with Patterson. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
3rd and 2, Tannehill. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches. That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
On 2nd and 7, Winston stiff-armed him. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. This defense for the Steelers, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. Big conversion. They were backed up deep to start the drive, able to pick up the first.
So the goal is at least a first down here, right? Pick up a first down, give yourself some breathing room, and if you have to punt after that, maybe you've helped with field position and you've helped out your defense.
And avoided a 3 and out on their opening drive. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Off the play fake, Winston. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that makes it 7-zip Vegas.
Makes the score Raiders 7, Steelers nothing. Jason Sanders set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. Jalen Reagor with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Raiders are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make the score 14-zip. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick Sanders. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run on first down. Patterson, and able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. But you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offense coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And the Raiders are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline. And now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Stays on his feet. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. They go play action. Winston. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Jameis to throw it.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Anthony Averett picks it. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
That was a nice catch, and not by the guy you thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands, and off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
And he'll get this just up past the 20, but a marker is down. Let's get the call. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
They come up with exactly 1 minute to go in this first quarter. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
They're trying for Rager, but it's intercepted.
It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, and he'll be down at the 6-yard line.
But such a costly interception, nearly a pick 6, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6 points. Now their defense has to run onto the field, probably giving the quarterback a few side eyes along the way. They've got to see if they can stop a score.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now from half the distance closer, here's 1st and goal.
Let him know.
They run the counter. It's Patterson, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. 2nd quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Tannehill. Flushed out right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
Well, you don't expect too many quarterbacks to be adept at breaking away from would-be tacklers, but this is uncommonly good right here as he's able to get away.
Yeah, and at the risk of sounding just a little bit trite, this is just a tackle that needs to be made. It's one thing when you've got a bruising 230-pound running back coming your way. But when it's a quarterback who's running for his life, your teammates will tell you, you've got to get him on the ground.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Can this defense hold him out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. They snap it to Tannehill. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Raiders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Play action now. Winston. Open right side, complete to Reagor. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
3rd and short yardage, Winston. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end, and he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
1st down, Winston.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches.
Play fake, Winston.
He'll fire it deep for Reagor.
And that is caught at the 10-yard line.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Jalen Reagor on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go, play.
Tannehill. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Patterson. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. I think you would agree. Just a good decision right there. Goes for the safe play, gets some yardage out of it.
And showed some toughness as well. As you noted, he stayed right in there. Saw the rush was coming, hung in there, took the hit, dumped it out to the outside, and now they pick up some yardage, and you have a back that's grateful to you and will continue to make plays.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
On first down, Tannehill. Going up top. And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. A big play that time for Pittsburgh.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. That might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
Here's Patterson. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Cordero Patterson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. On 3rd and 1, here's Winston. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked off by the rookie from Penn State, Micah Parsons.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, He's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah, he's able to skip away from that first defender on his way to a pickup of 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Second and 5 now. Winston. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Anthony Averett picks it, and he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
Well, it certainly looked to me like he tapped into the quarterback's thought process there. And what I'm hearing more and more when I go around the league, defenders sitting in on quarterback meetings trying to learn more about how they think so they can be in the right position, to be in the right spot, as he was there to pick that one off and take it all the way back for a touchdown.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. They will take a 7-point lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Takes it at the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together and maybe get into field goal range. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. From the gun, Winston. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll run with Taylor. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. To throw, Winston. That's caught. It's Demarcus Robinson. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd down, Winston. And my goodness, another interception. Reuben Foster picks it. And the Steelers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just... Coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Patterson on the carry. A little juke, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Here's Tannehill. Got a man open. It's Tyler Higbee. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Now Tannehill. And throw right side complete to Parker. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Throwing again is Tannehill. Throwing left side, it's complete. Touchdown!
Terrace Marshall
with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead now up to 14. is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll fire deep for Reagor. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. But we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
When you try to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
Able to hit his target, Claypool. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. That's what they've done all game long.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
First down, Las Vegas.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
To the right side, this is Taylor.
Shifts by him. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Winston.
Over the middle, that's caught by Claypool.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 34-yard line.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. On play action, Winston. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The Raiders on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Throw left side, taken in by Claypool. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
They've been moving the ball well, but this drive was in danger of stalling out. Fortunately, this is a nice throw here, and they're able to pick up a new set of downs.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Winston now. He'll get that one to Taylor, complete. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston. And now here's another interception. Anthony Averett picks it. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Now Joey Sly for the point after. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded just outside the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's Winston. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Lawrence Guy able to get in there and drop him for a loss. The Raiders on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. To throw is Winston. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead them to 4th down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
That's taken it around the 40. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, Just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here, stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that.
And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off with great anticipation. It's a foot race. 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Sanders now to add the extra point. And that'll cut the lead back now to 21. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent. I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They run the counter. Patterson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 62 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On 2nd down now, it's Patterson, and he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. Once more, they turn to Patterson. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And they won't run a play here, no victory formation. They will indeed try to get 3 more. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Taken in at the 3. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Now, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. One last shot now for Winston.
Reagor catches it left side.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Pittsburgh, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll have another home date next week as the Cincinnati Bengals come to town.
Meanwhile, for Las Vegas,
they'll drop to 0-2, and they will be at home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins.